As I approach my sixth marathon, I start thinking about all the other times that I ran and my thought process between my first marathon, moving on to the second, to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth. And I start thinking like, oh, my first marathon, I really didn't know what to expect out of myself and didn't know how I would prepare to run such a grueling race, 26 miles worth. And after the first one, I learned a lot of lessons. I learned a lot of tips, learned a lot of tricks of what can I do to be better. And it wasn't until 3 years after my first marathon where I decided to do a second one. And then 2019 was the second one. And then the third, fourth, and fifth decided to do it all last year in 2023 as a challenge for myself. I knew what I was capable of. I just wanted to see what kind of a challenge I can overcome. And in 2023, I learned a lot of things about myself, in that in order to succeed, you have to work at something. You have to persevere through challenges, persevere through struggles. And a lot of times I always think back to something that always plays in my head. The thing is that it's never easy to do something difficult, and it doesn't get easier. You just learn more and more to overcome these challenges. You learn more to adapt. You learn more to handle this type of challenge, this pressure. Like, it doesn't get any easier. You just learn how to manage it a lot better, whether it be the stress of running, whether it be the physical aspect, your breathing, air capacity, heart health. So many things that play into factor. And that's the reason why I enjoy doing this. I enjoy finding what can I do to make myself better? What can I do to increase my heart health, my endurance health? And running has proven time and again for that outlet for me to work on my endurance. This week, on the squat, definitely had more volume, and I didn't go as high leading into the marathon. I didn't want to overtrain and have something go wrong with my body. So a lot of my workouts this week and next week will all be pretty much maintenance, maybe at like a effort of 50 to 60%. I'm not really trying to get a max, more on the maintain level. This week leading up into the marathon, I feel more relaxed more than anything compared to all of my other marathons. And I think it's because this time around, I have a number of friends that I'm running with, and what I'm planning to do is be the one that encourages my friends, be the one that give them that motivation to pass the finish line. There's some friends that it's their first marathon ever, and when I heard that story, it really took me back to when I trained for my first marathon, and how when I did it, it was all training by myself. I didn't join any running groups. Everything was planned by myself, and I tried to do everything by myself. And when I hear that my friends want to run their first ever marathon, I want to be the one that pushes them over that edge where, maybe they can't finish. Maybe they can finish 22 miles. I want to be the one that pushes them to cross that line. Because there's something to be said about outside motivation that makes you perform better than yourself. A lot of times you psych yourself out, and sometimes outside forces allow for you to even pass the capabilities of what you ever thought you could. So that's what I'm doing this time around, and I feel a lot more calm about my race this weekend. And another thing that I've done too is the week leading into the marathon, I'm taking it a lot lighter than all the other marathons that I've trained for. Like I'm trying to be off my feet as much as possible up until the marathon. And that's happened just for the week leading in. So here's my splits. My last long run, 7.5 miles. Next week you'll definitely won't see too many runs, with the exception of the running or of the marathon, and maybe a small run on Friday or so. That's it for this week, and I'll catch you in the next one.